Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
I graduated with a percentage of 53.17%. People actually put me in a humiliating spot कि it's not that easy after this kind of a debacle in your journey. You think of a decision-making role, the first thing that comes to your mind is an IAS or an IPS officer who decides for a larger good. It's a more people and client-facing kind of role. So I thought my first shot will always be UPSC. So I moved to Delhi. The kind of struggle which UPSC aspirant goes through, it's very focused. I used to wake up every morning at 6:30 and you know how Delhi winters are. Okay, it's difficult. But every morning I used to tell myself, ki, boss, you are here for a reason. Here people wake up 6:30 every day, it's their lifestyle. But here you want to change your lifestyle. So for that reason you had to wake up at 6:30 in the morning, wash your clothes in cold water and leave for your classes. My decision to take up UPSC and the kind of competition I faced at UPSC, that is something which turned me 360 degrees. There have been times when I have been up 3 nights in a row to just finish a book so that I can give it back to the library because there was so much demand for that group. The kind of motivation I kept bringing in myself that I am here for a change. I am not just another guy who was born in Goa and who was going to sleep in Goa. No, I wanted to do something out of box. Meantime, I gave my state PSC exam and I stood 4th all Goa. 4th in state PSC mains, now only interview away. And I am a deputy collector. I was so close and I was like, that's it, I have achieved it for myself, I have covered up my failure of engineering, but I did not get through the interview. It was one of the biggest setbacks I had in my life. That's when I started preparing for MBA because I thought I always wanted this decision-making role, and if not UPSC, I can be a manager, a good CEO at a company and decide for the larger good of the company. Two different worlds altogether, public sector, private sector. But if you see, the thought process is almost same. IAS is what? He's a manager for government. MBA is what? He's a manager for a company. In short, it's a decision-making role. It's a decision-making role for a larger good. You don't decide for yourself, you decide for the bigger organization you're a part of. When my UPSC happened, 2 attempts, nothing coming out, financial difficulties at home, emotional turbulence at home, then state PSC, the big shocker of my life that I did not make it through the interviews after securing 4th position in the state for mains. So all this shocker that made me decide ki maybe it's time I give UPSC a rest. Maybe it's time I, venture into something which could give me a surety for a job, which would pay my bills, which would, put something on my plate for me and my family. My problem was I had very less time. I did not start from January. CAT was somewhere I think in November, December, and I started somewhere in June, July. But I think that's okay. I secured 91% for CAT, and I thought 91% would not be enough. So I again started preparing for CMAT, and then CMAT I got 99.55%. After I got this percentage, a lot of colleges called me, but they had a doubt when they looked at my CV because my CV had this big a hole. Okay, they kept asking me, what did you do? You are not really focused. You're not really something who has a coherence in his thought process. That's when it occurred to me that, man, I am a person with 53.17 in my graduation who's sitting here with all 90% plus in their academic, who has reached so far and has secured 99.55 in a competitive exam, 263rd rank all India. That is a kind of focus regaining in my life. Only this college understood that people here are coming for a management degree. People here are coming to become salesmen, become consultants. For that, academics is just one part. How the person talks, how the person behaves, how the person communicates, how the personality of the person fits in an organization, and how the person can present himself with a good content. That is something which KJSIMSR really liked in me. I'm very lucky. I'm one of the first few people to get placed in this college today in a very good company with a very good package. All this while I had learned one thing: there is no compromise when it comes to hard work. There is no compromise when it comes to discipline. If you want to achieve something, you have to be disciplined in your life.